This is a... Hold on. I feel like this is an older save. Alright, 1 second. Let me go hide ZBrush for a second. How are things? Things are a bit interesting. Hold on. Whoopsie. I had a good weekend. Yes. Fuck. Did I not save it last stream? How did I not save it last stream? My god. Second, guys, I really gotta figure out if I may have saved it to a different area. Black screen, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's a good deal of work that I may have lost. And I turned off ZBrush just so you guys don't see anything under NDA by accident. But yeah, I'm here. I'm just looking for like some save stuff that, God. Oh, fuck. I gotta upgrade my saving game. No, seriously. I think I may have lost all of the work from last stream. And that sucks. Not the first time it happens. Nor will it be the last. Where is... Let me here. Shoot. Yeah, I guess I did lose the work. Fuck. Fuck me. Yeah, why can't ZBrush save itself? My God. All right, hold on. Can I go restart ZBrush? Wow, that really sucks. Why are you watching a black screen? I just turned off the screen just because I don't want anyone to accidentally see anything under NDA. I want everything to be, want to hold the whole, hold the house down, so to speak. I'll turn on the screen in a sec. I swear, I thought I saved. That is so weird. That's like the weirdest thing ever. Wow, that really sucks. Guess I just have to do a 4-hour stream today then. Guess you're gonna have to put up with me for 4 hours. And then I'm just gonna have to throw away the old stream. Where is color? Well, not throw away. I'll still keep it. Throw it away in terms of time invested. Rip. Yeah, I'll turn on the. I guess I can turn on this screen now. There we go. 24-hour stream, go. Can I check the last stream to see if you saved it? I definitely did not save it. Remember, there's all this detail in the counters. I detailed all of the arms and the legs, and now I don't have that. The Ripperino, Cripperinos. Shit happens. Also, I won't be able to check previous saves. Well, not previous saves, previous streams to see if I actually saved it. Because OBS only captures ZBrush, this window in particular. It doesn't capture the additional windows that ZBrush opens to show save files. So I won't be able to check even if I did save it or not. Which is a good thing, because sometimes save file names might spoil some stuff. So I've been careful not to save my projects as anything that would be spoilery. That would be bad. Aside from Alright, I gotta shut up and actually get to work. Gotta get my damn tablet out again. Well, this time, we can just like make even better art. An opportunity to become even better. Yeah, look at it that way. Alright. Damien Standard. I know it seems kind of a waste of time to draw in this small of detail by hand, but it's gonna be worth it. It really is. There's a difference between hand-drawn stuff and throwing in an alpha. All right, so we need to subdivide this. Yeah, we did. This, should we subdivide it? Cauldrons dividing, I think. Yeah. By the look of how accurate Maddox's normal baking tools are, you can capture like this rivet. And if it is like a star rivet, you guys saw in like the coffee dairy, right? So in the coffee dairy, you saw some of my old Armour with the really good shader, and it was able to capture this detail right here, this star rivet. It was able to capture this star rivet, and it wasn't like a circle. You could actually see it was a star. So that means I do have to subdivide the surface here. Otherwise, you're gonna be able to see the individual polygons. That's how good like Maddox normal map baking is. It's pretty nutty. So we got to actually bump up the resolution on this. We can't actually hide things by saying, oh yeah, it's going to be an isometric game. So let's go split the rivets off because we don't need those. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, so there's a new coffee diary today, and showed off some of the new materials, and the accuracy of the textures is pretty phenomenal. So that means we have to really bump up the polygon density for these areas that I am on. That side, and then we'll do the other side. This area, we actually might need to, going to have to delete this half here. Because this part is actually, I say actually a lot, this part is a replica of the front half, because this is one sheet of metal, it's not two sheets of metal. So what is impressed on this side will show up on the other side, like so. Make a new copy of that. Subdivide panels. And let's subdivide this area as well. This is pretty low on polygons. I have to subdivide every single panel that has boss detailing on it, because it's going to show up. I didn't subdivide this one. I've already subdivided this panel, but it looks like since it is on the top, And this is going to be closest to the camera. We're going to have to subdivide it one more time. As well as the mermaid. Just divide that. Divide the leeches. Or actually, we can probably Z-mesh the leeches because it isn't really the best topology here. Better. Fill this with brass. Now, I divide this as well. Let's do divide, but take off the creep, just so we have a bit of beveling in there. Hit it with polish. Super sharp. There we go. Where else? The lower visor also be subdivided, these areas. Why isn't the mermaid's hair lychee? Was that last stream? No, it was just last stream. I just added a bit more detail to the hair so it doesn't look like leeches anymore. Hopefully. Alright, so the upper torso is in a position where I can start sculpting. Let's go ahead and start sculpting. Move the mermaid around. Let's go mess by border. Go push these in. Burp. I want a better transition here. Should be fine. Better, I don't know about this. Strikes me the wrong way. Textures should take care of this area, but I want to make it as good as I can. We'll deal with that area later once we're doing the final polish. I didn't save this changes from last stream. Oh, okay, so it must have been last stream then. That's true. Very true. All right. Let's get to making these details a bit more refined. This is going to be a very tablet-heavy stream. I guess for those who like watching tablet stuff, you guys are in for a treat. Let's go turn off solo mode. Geez, it looks nicer. Sculpting out of solo mode. You guys can understand going with this a bit better. To change to different. Oh, this one is a bit too shiny. I can't really do a whole lot when I'm I can find a different one. Like the default ZBrush metal. That doesn't look like metal at all. Sort of weird ethereal clay. I would rather call this ethereal clay than actual metal. Okay, maybe I have to throw on solo mode just because it takes a while to turn the screen. It's a little laggy. Not too laggy, but... Oh, how's everyone? Wow, 25 people here? No way. That's nuts. I guess for those who are new here, I usually do these streams every day on the weekdays from 12 p.m. GMT plus 8 to usually 2 a.m. But since I kind of fucked up and not saving, I'm gonna go to 4 a.m. I can get caught up there. Also, make the repuse a lot nicer because Maddox material upgrade kind of put like the HD on everything. So really see all the nitty gritty details and make everything a lot nicer. So what progress did I lose? To be honest, not a whole lot. Like not anything important. But I did lose a bit of repuse work. Which now, since I've decided to increase the subdivision levels, doesn't really matter that much. But it still kind of sucks. I mean, it's just like every stream is only like 2 hours usually. Losing 2 hours of work isn't terrible. It isn't something I enjoy having to lose. Now we have the opportunity to make it even better. So might as well do that. I finish this detail pass, what's left. I want to add slits to the trim. What I mean by that is, you see the trim, like the brown trim that I have on all of this armor. I want to segment this into multiple squares, or maybe not multiple squares, but I want to like cut cut slots into this. So yeah. Is there a way to make it so swear words are not censored? I don't know. Is that like a personal setting or like a stream setting? That might be a personal setting on Twitch. Might have like a censorship, swear word censorship filter on. If not, then it's probably my stream. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Yeah, I can see swear words. Yeah, it must have been just like a personal filter thing. Same armor still? Yeah. You lost a bit of work if you haven't been here since the beginning of the stream. It only started a few minutes ago. But I forgot to save last stream, so kind of flushed 2 hours down the toilet. But that's fine. We can always get that time back. Not ideal, but I've lost more important stuff before. And also, we are doing a higher polygon detail pass on all of the repuse because it just occurred to me that Maddox's shader is pretty darn accurate and can capture very fine details. So I can't make anything low res anymore. It's gonna be a problem. Secretly enjoying the excuse to put more details in. Maybe, maybe not. I'll never tell you guys. Now, truth be told, I was going to do this anyway because I ended last stream and I was a bit unhappy with the the polygon density for the repuse. It did look kind of messy, kind of very blocky. I was going to increase the density anyway, so. And then for the coffee diary today, I noticed uh, just how detailed the rivets are on the armor, especially when I change what types of rivets. It can capture like rivet detail, so anything that is the size of a rivet or smaller, Maddox texturing skills can pick up. Yeah, precisely. It'll look amazing on my portfolio. And then I could be hired to do stuff for Witcher 3, Witcher 4. Imagine Geralt, but with actually good armor. That'd be amazing. Like any game for that matter. Maybe TV show. I can do The Mandalorian, but with like gothic plate armor. Wouldn't that be a show? Imagine like a gothic version of Tony Stark. You can do like Iron Man, but gothic. Or like the Transformers with medieval armor instead of cars. Geralt in Blade Master armor. No, like you can probably I could probably make like a really cool like White Wolf armor. I mean, isn't Geralt the White Wolf or something like that? Definitely do a very cool wolf themed suit of armor. Also, what time period is this taking in? I know it's like Poland, right? It's like medieval Poland. Do they have plate armor at time? Well, I assume so, right? Because like what is that faction called again? There's a faction, a lot of factions actually with plate armor. Geralt only wears fashionable waistcoats. So true. Ugh, man, gotta update that profile portfolio. Haven't put anything new up there in like a long time. Gotta remove some stuff too. There's some stuff up there that I'm not particularly fond of. Nilfgaard, that's right. That's the faction. Like, wow, Nilfgaard. How come I can't get plate armor like this? Well, wait, you could actually. But you know what I mean. Like actual plate armor. No game actually has actual plate armor. So you just gotta make it. I've realized something, and that is if you're waiting on they, this anonymous they to do something that you want to see, you're never gonna see it. You gotta do it yourself. So maybe, you know how we were talking about like immortality, uh, previous stream. I really gotta go and work on that. Gotta go work on a trick to get the immortality pill up and rolling. Do I know bioscience or cybernetics? No, I do not. But I mean, you can always learn, right? Just because you don't know something now, it doesn't mean you can't learn and then get good and then eventually make something good out of that. We're gonna use trim dynamic, which I don't usually use, but using it now. All right, now to work on the lower visor, this bad boy. No Burgonet, unfortunately. Knight Marius really wants a Burgonet. I should make a Burgonet with Repise on it. Very classic design and helmet combination. See how these are going. Lines. Right. I think it goes like this. Like that. Don't like that. What you want is a great helmet, but Maddox didn't want it. Ah, so sad. I know how that feels. You have a great idea, and then Maddox's like, no. Well, no. But Maddox knows best. Just gotta trust in the lead dev. He is the prophet, the Messiah that will bring about the world of SG. Maddox doesn't want to dismember it. And I thought he does though, right? I know there's like that convo in Insider. But I thought he was pro dismemberment. I almost feel like this needs to be subdivided again, but it should be okay, I guess. There's that convo in Insider. Oh boy, you guys are missing out on a whole lot. Too bad you didn't fall for the scam and then give us insider money during that period. That sweet, sweet insider money. Just running off with a 150,000. Oh, realistic dismemberment would be good, but if a helmet is chopped off, that's unreal. Well, it's not unreal if you're using a katana. Is as we all know, like katanas can cut right through plate armor like paper. I've seen it done a thousand times. If you're wearing a fedora, fedoras give like plus 30% crit chance and plus 50% crit damage. So if you're wearing a fedora while using a katana, or as Japanese people call it, the kitana, well, well then, plate armor, just like butter, hot knife through butter. That's what plate armor is compared to the katana. It is true. Like if you think about it, a superior katana is compared to the dull European long blade. It's been folded over at least 1,000 times, likely over 9,000 times. So, like a European longsword just isn't going to be able to withstand that amount of folds. Yeah, it's over 9,000. You guys really think that like a European longsword where they just like pour lava into like a tube shape, you think that's gonna hold up against a finely crafted Asian weapon of death that can cut through space and time itself? Yeah, I don't think so. Don't get me started on European plate armor compared to samurai armor. Like, why would anyone wear European plate armor? Like, it's got all these jagged edges that dig into your skin, and it weighs like 1,000 pounds. You have to have like a crane that'll hoist you onto a horse just to wear it. Like, no smart person with a glorious neckbeard would ever wear that kind of rubbish. Like, all you have to do is just thrust into the eye slot, and they're dead. And that is if you don't have a katana. If you have a katana, you can just thrust wherever. Uh, like one shot him. Just gotta get in those crit hits, you know. Even better if you're sneaking up on a knight from behind. Because if you're attacking them from behind, you get that extra backstab critical, right? And here's a little trick that I learned in Shinobi camp. So not only do you sneak up behind them for the extra crit damage, you also throw your katana. Is you also get that throw damage crit. Like I know like sneaking up and stabbing a knight in the back is all well and good, but if you can throw your katana, uh, it just gives you more crit damage. Right, it's all about stacking crit damage. So yeah, just if you ever encounter a knight, gotta remember to have your fedora. Gotta remember that to hide, to stick in the shadows, be one with the darkness, uh, and then yeah, just uh, channel your inner samurai, your inner ninja, and hurl that katana with the grace of 1,000 pelicans. Hey, we don't say weeb around here. That's what those Hema thoughts. That's a banned word here. Careful about saying weeb. We get you banned around here. The mighty throw of a pummel. Right, so if you see a knight about to throw a pummel at you, you just throw your kunai knives at him, or your shuriken. You see, like, silly European people, they have to like damage their own weapon to actually throw something at you. But we have like us ninjas, we have all these sharp poison daggers and little needles that we can chuck at your face. Yeah, exactly, Kama. Like, not only can I uh, plow your mom's field with my Kama, I can also defeat knights with it. It's a 2-in-1 instrument of doom. Three in one, counting the fact that you can fish out Pocky sticks from a box a bit easier with a Kama than with your bare fingers. You guys are so smart. I'm really proud of all of you for attending Shinobu camp with me. I'm really proud to have all of my Oni-sans all of my Oni-sans of war, of battle, join me. Right, we say Oni-san instead of bro in this chat now. We should save this. Just had a brilliant idea that just popped in my head, and that is to save project. Your GF is impressed but wonders how the fuck this game will run with all these polys. Captivating capybara is right. It's a high poly model. That means is I use this as a base to build a low poly model off of called through the process of retopology. And then from there, you just bake the high poly details onto the low poly mesh. Voila! What is the resolution of Exanima textures? I would guess around 512. 356, 512, 1024. Those are the most common resolution sizes for video games. Maybe a few 2048s here and there. Zethras, at least you don't suffer from PTS paranoia of Maya crashing. Crashing every 10 minutes. If Maya is crashing every 10 minutes or so, then you're doing something wrong. But best of luck there. Another question, can you explain what diffuse and normal maps are and why the normal maps usually have a smaller resolution? I wouldn't say normal maps usually have a smaller resolution. Normally you want all of your maps to be the same resolution. But a normal map, you can probably actually just look this up. It's pretty easy. Just like look up normal map, look up diffuse map. A diffuse map is just another word for your base color map. The thing about maps is that they have multiple names, but they generally do kind of the same thing. So it can be a bit confusing for newcomers. Like, probably ask, hey, why doesn't everything just have the same name? And my answer to that is, good question. Why don't they all have the same name? You win for 2K textures for almost everything. You don't use 2K textures for everything. 2K textures are for like special case uses. 2K is a massive texture. Like you can pretty much do anything with a 2K texture map, except for extremely rare case things. Small items go with 1024. Yeah, you're working with way too big of texture maps. What you should do instead is to learn how to UV map, UV unwrap properly. So if you have a really accurate, very optimized UV map, you can use much smaller resolution texture maps and still get a good result. These texture maps are one of the highest performance costing assets in a game. It's right up there with music, cinematics, videos, etc. So you want to go with as small of a texture map as you can for your object. Would you blame the community modders and artists? Why? Oh, you're not making mods, just playing with them? Okay, so what are these textures for? Like, are you downloading like I don't know, like nude texture maps for your GTA 6 engine? Yeah, you're just downloading from like people who probably don't know how to use texture maps very well. Yeah, 1024 is way too big for that stuff. I'd be surprised if Exanima used a lot of 1024 texture maps. Yeah, really. You can get away with 512 for a lot of stuff. Like 1024 is like an entire character's worth of texture right there. Like an entire character kitted out with their armor. And even like with a weapon or so. The people who are installing 4K texture maps have no idea what they're doing. Like a 4K texture map is kind of like for like a skybox almost, or for like massive terrain pieces that have to be painted in a certain way. I don't think anyone really uses 4K texture maps for like optimized games. Like 2048 is really the max that most people, most games go to. And if they need to use higher than 2048, then they they better have a good reasoning for it. There's a lot of unoptimization, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Bethesda games and Bethesda modding. The critical question is when the new update is coming. Well, you know what they say. Just wanted to know if it's overkill having these 2Ks everywhere. Yes, it is overkill. It is way overkill. But you know, it depends on how the model was UV unwrapped. If you don't have access to the model, and you can't UV unwrap it to change the UV map, then you're kind of screwed. You're gonna have to kind of work around that and use a higher texture map, which sucks. If you're using like 2K textures for armor, weapons, etc., it means that the models weren't UV unwrapped properly, and they weren't the UV islands weren't placed in a line correctly to be more efficient. Either that or it's just like poor planning on the modelers and also textures part. Like here's a good case scenario, right? So imagine you have a sword, like a longsword, your average knight's longsword, whatever that might look like. So the first thing you will notice about this sword is that it is fairly symmetrical, right? It is symmetrical front and back, and also if you divide it lengthwise, it is symmetrical front, back, and side to side. So you know what that means. If you were to texture the entire sword, uh, it'd be like one of your 2048 textures, right? But if you cut that sword into 4 pieces, that's subdividing your texture map by 4 times. That means your texture map could be 512, and it'll have the same amount of detail as a 2048 texture. So that's where good planning comes in. And you don't need a 512 texture map for a sword, not at all, unless you're doing like maybe something first person. And you want to utilize as many pixels in that texture map as possible. So if you see like a few UV islands here and there placed randomly in a texture map, it means that that UV map is not optimized as well as it should be. You kind of want like everything to be like entirely blocked out. So there's like no empty spaces in your UV map, your texture map. You do some armor for Skyrim. Uh, I wanted to when I was younger, but now I realized I should just go and make a better game than Skyrim. Not really worth my time modding for Skyrim when I can just make a better game with Madoc. I used to be really into Skyrim though. Like I'm not like dissing it for being a bad game. I just think it could be better. And when you have that feeling of it could be better, then it probably can be better. You just gotta go make something better. Gotta follow that intuition. I do like the mythology of like Skyrim. I do like the aesthetics to extent. But I remember when it was released, all I can think about was how dumbed down it was compared to Oblivion and Morrowind. It was like really dumbed down. I'm like, wow. So this is what console ports to PC are gonna be like from now on in the future, aren't they? I was pretty disappointed. Like Morrowind had so many stats you can play with. so much stuff you can do to customize your character, and Skyrim is basically the complete opposite. It's like one of the most dumbed down games you could ever play. And the only saving grace about Skyrim is that they have a really strong modding community. So I would say Skyrim and maybe basically all of the Elder Scrolls series. The only really good thing that came out of them is all the modders and people who. It's like a really good place to grow a community of like-minded people to build cool stuff. I think that's the best thing that came out of the Elder Scrolls series. The modding community. I mean, you can say that the Elder Scrolls series helped propel medieval fantasy to the status that it is today, where everyone's like, "Oh yeah, medieval fantasy, cool shit," right? Before it's like, "Oh, nerd, nerd." But yeah, but like any other game would have done that too, not just the Skyrim and Morrowind, Oblivion, Daggerfall, Elder Scrolls series. Like any other game would have done that and have done that. So that's why I feel like the modding community is the best thing that came out of that game. Skyrim did invest quite a bit into the open worldness, but I mean they had more open world stuff in the previous games, so I don't see how that like a noteworthy thing. I mean, if people just utterly hate medieval fantasy settings, yeah, fair. Like sometimes I get tired of the genre as well. Like I'd rather play something sci-fi on some days. The only genre that I can't get into is kind of like the present day era. So that's probably like the only reason why I haven't gotten into Escape from Tarkov or similar games like COD, uh, Modern Warfare, etc., Counter Strike. The only reason why I haven't gotten into those games is because I like my sci-fi or I like my medieval fantasy. I actually really like the Oblivion tutorial. Oblivion tutorial is pretty fun. At least when it came out, I was like, "Whoa, I'm in a prison again. I'm a prisoner once again, and I'm meeting the king. Whoa, what the heck was this?" It was kind of groundbreaking at the time. It was some groundbreaking gaming, quality gaming time in the early 2000s. I like the Fallout series as well, but eventually, after you're playing it for a while, everything is just so gray and brown and like, why am I? Isn't there gonna be any green at all? I mean, there is some areas with green, uh, not enough, which is I think I downloaded a mod before which just added forests and like green grass everywhere. Pretty good mod. I think people are just tired of the medieval fantasy aesthetics. Well, when you say that, like, what do you mean by medieval fantasy aesthetics? Because there's a lot of them, right? And because there's like, I, I would say just, I think like the most important thing is whether or not the artwork is good, or if the aesthetics are good. I don't know if it, like the determining factor is what genre it is. As long as it's good, you know, as long as it's good, I think. It's all typical brown rags and shit. Yeah, that's like Hollywood medieval. I think people are tired of the Hollywood medieval. Like everyone's wearing biker jackets and like shit stained rags. Level 1 shit stained rags with like holes in them. What am I doing with my beautiful lames? I am adding repoussé to them. I'm adding embossed details. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but this is where this artwork is going. It's gonna look really good with the new metal shaders that Medoc is coming out with. People shit on JRPGs, but at least they have an aesthetic. Yeah, true. It takes talent to actually make your anime waifus the way they look. Yeah, I'd say Fallout 76 was all outsourced with no supervision. Something definitely went wrong there. I didn't lose 4 hours of progress. What the heck? I lost 2 hours, not 4. Get out of here, Mercs. Show you the entire armor. Here you go. Here's the side profile. Remember, like the end game of this, right, is to make 3D armor that is on par with museum replicas. So that's what I've been trying to do. I'd say we're maybe like 70, 80% of the way there. Probably more like 70% of the way there. The museum replicas. I want to make them like fuck, there's a fly that's trying to fly in my mouth. Ah! Get out of here, fly. Yeah, I want to make these models indistinguishable from museum replicas. So there you have it. Zoom out and show the codpiece. Have you seen the codpiece yet, Tarkus? I don't know if you were here for that. I can't remember if you were. No, you haven't seen the codpiece. See the codpiece. So we have the codpiece here. It's a very based codpiece. I'm sure you'll like it. Maddox calls it the husband bulge. Solo mode. Yep. Add a face to it? We actually did. It's here, I think, right? Yeah. There you go. It's a very judgmental face. Like, but yeah, we're not doing that. All right, back to work. But you know what the exciting thing about cod pieces are, right? So in Exanima, we're gonna have procedural sliders for everything. We're gonna have procedural colors, procedural wear and tear, morph targeting, and all that. So that means eventually you'll be able to find like a purple cod piece with gold trim to be a real medieval pimp daddy. That's what that means. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome. Get out of here with the dildo sword. We're coming in hot with the purple cod piece. I mean, you can even have like a jet black cod piece, right? Everyone's going for that jet black armor with the gold trim, and you can find a matching set with the cod piece, cod pieces. That's what that means. I really should add like this line here to the rest of the limbs. Just clean things up a little bit, make it look like it has like a engraved edge or something like that. Let's get back here and fix it up. golden codpiece. I wish there's like a. I hope like Madoc comes with a slider for how long the codpiece is. Can you imagine the market, like the player market, for selling the longest codpiece that you can find in like dungeons and stuff? I wonder how expensive the longest ones would be, because that will definitely be a thing if there's like a player auction house, and like people are just able to sell whatever they find. Did the armors in game have codpieces? Not yet. This is the first codpiece that will be in Exanima. And really in any game, I would imagine. I don't think any game that has ever existed has a authentic codpiece, authentic medieval codpiece. No one's done it before, which is so weird. Uh, I said this before in past streams, but I think it's weird how like no 3D artist has ever picked up making plate armor to this degree before. It feels weird that I'm kind of like the first person to do this. I mean, I might be wrong because I don't know all of the artists in the world, right? There might actually be someone out there who does this stuff, but I haven't seen anything like this on ArtStation, anything in popular culture, anything like this in games. So I'm just gonna say I'm like the first one who's done this until someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, I've actually made cod pieces before you." Like authentic medieval ones. I know like there are cod pieces in game already, like the Halo Spartans, etc., etc. Warframe has a lot of cod pieces, you know. Where is the best place to learn how to make authentic armor? Armoring forums and stuff like that. I don't know, just go buy some uh go buy some steel, go buy some hammers, hammer away. You can go pick up a copy of Tomar, Techniques of um, Modern Armor Reproduction. Forgot the armor smith's the author's name. Go join Armor Archive. Is a good one. Yeah, can you imagine? People will play the game just for the cod pieces. That's got to be like a player niche. You know, like how I like playing games with necromancers in them. Well, I'm sure there's players out there who like playing games with cod pieces, but haven't been able to find any good games out there with cod pieces that have piqued their interest. Lightsabers. I really want to see like a sci-fi medieval mashup. I know there's like people who actually make kind of like art like that, where they make Star Wars and draw it in like a medieval style. So like uh, Darth Vader would have a salad with Bevor or something, like plate armor and stuff like that. But I want to see like actually like a game or a movie that stuff in there. There's a lot of really cool art out there, but they never seem to make it into good games or movies. It's weird. Like you'll see something really fucking amazing on ArtStation, and you're like, "Hey, how come this isn't in a game?" It's so weird. Like you see so much cool art, but they never like make it in front of people. There's like a distribution issue. Exanima Star Wars make you wet as fuck. It would make me also wet as fuck. The last movie you actually enjoyed with the design is in Lord of the Rings. Wow. Yeah, Lord of the Rings really nailed uh like the low fantasy look. Like nowadays all we get is like colorful. Everything is so colorful and saturated, and it's just like eyeball barf everywhere. It's disgusting. It seems like I feel like a lot of this is due to like artists kind of covering up bad work with like blinding blinding eye colors. Like I guess the reasoning is if you can't make good artwork, then the best thing, the next best thing to do is to blind your customers. And like so many games do this. It's my god. It's like my biggest pet peeve ever. Like everything is so colorful and there's no substance to it. It's just like you know? Yeah, we can just cover that up in post. Like the design of like Saruman or not. Yeah, well I guess Saruman too. Yeah, I like all the designs. But like the big bad, like the Witch King, Sauron. That's what I wanted to say. Like those guys, like so cool. You can feel just like how evil and insidious they are, and how powerful they are as well. They really go along with like this is the same reason why Darth Vader is cool, right? Like Darth Vader and the Witch King have something in common, and it's not like flashy colors or anything or demonstrations of awesome power. It's just how they speak, how they carry themselves, the designs of their costumes. There's something really insidious and also like Machiavellian about them. Have I seen the Nilfgaard Netflix uniforms? I haven't. I should go look that up. Uh, because I'm always on the lookout for cool looking armor designs. But I'll look that up after the stream. I really do want to get all of this repoussé done. Wait, is Marvelous design choice sarcastic? Or is it actually really good? Can't tell. Had me at MILF. Wait, is that where the the MILF guard advertisement in Cyberpunk came from? I never made that connection. No way, it's the Nilfgaard, not Milfgaard. But still, is there like a connection there between uh Witcher 3 Nilfgaard and the Nilfgaard advertisements? There is, that's pretty funny. Yeah, there's this advertisement in Cyberpunk. It's like on TVs and stuff. It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be a reference to Witcher 3. Nilfgaard. Such a clear reference. Obama was given a copy of Witcher 3? Obama is the kind of person who I'd love to hang out with and just play video games. But he's probably like too busy too, which is unfortunate. I mean, he's like kind of retired now, isn't he? I'm sure he's in retirement. But he's probably like doing other political stuff now. Other political stuff on the side. Maybe like fundraisers, etc. Oh, copy of Witcher 2. I haven't played the earlier Witcher series. I heard they're good though. I should go. I always say I should go and then I don't. But I should go check out that game one day. we're almost done with the shoulder here. One more lame to go, and then we'll do the wing, and we'll go on to the other pauldron. I remember playing Witcher 2, I think, for like a few minutes, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't like the controls or something. I think it's because I didn't like how. Oh wow, this flight is really. Way to go. Yeah, the flight disappeared. But yeah, I think the reason why I don't really get into Witcher games is that I don't get to customize my character. Like you always play as Geralt. I don't like playing as predefined characters. I like to be the character who I choose to be, as in like D&D. Oh, that rhymed. That's one of the reasons why I feel like Morrowind and like Skyrim too, I guess, have held up so well. Like all of the Bethesda games, right? They all allow you to be who you want to be. They have vast character customization choices, and yeah, you start off as a tabula rasa, blank slate. You start off in prison, basically, or in the vault. So you can really truly be whoever you want to be in those games. And that's why they've held up for so long. Like, I feel like in comparison, the Witcher series is more of like an interactive movie where you are taken along on the adventures of Geralt the the Witcher, instead of actually living in a world where you are the character, where your choices matter and actually have weight to them and are your own choices. You agree with that? You were playing Morrowind earlier before and got lost and quit immediately. Wait, you got lost in Morrowind? How are you playing Exanima then? Got lost in Morrowind then. Exanima sounds like a rough time for you. I guess I can see how you can get lost. Like the beginning area is like swamps everywhere until you actually get out of it. Unless you're using like OpenMW, which allows you to see very far distance, realize that the game world is a bit smaller than you remember. No more uh, wall of fog in video games. You've memorized every nook and cranny of Exanima. Spent weeks lost. I remember being lost a lot before, but now, yeah, I'm in the same boat where I've memorized basically everywhere, except for the sewers area. I haven't been there yet, and I haven't been to the most recent area, the marketplace. Yeah. I actually haven't played the game a whole lot. Uh, I mean, I have. I have played the game a fair amount, but like the guys who are in chat who have put in multiple hundreds of hours into Exanima, or even multiples of thousands of hours, I'm not on that level. It really takes the surprise out of like the new content because I've kind of spent like the past year working on the new content. Like the flame sword, like wow, everyone, oh my god, there's a flame sword. I'm like, oh yeah. I took a week, made the flame sword. It's in the game. You're telling Matt I don't like the game. I do like the game. I like the game very much. It's just that like there's a point where I stop playing a game because of lack of content. Well, really, I think what would get me hooked onto Exanima, right, is multiplayer. I just feel like Exanima desperately needs multiplayer. He needs story content, Maddock. Maddock's not in chat, is he? I don't think he is. I'm kind of in the camp of players who think there needs to be more stuff for Arena. I think Arena should be expanded on and turned into like a multiplayer uh, fighting arena. Is There's a lot of really cool stuff in story mode, but I don't think the majority of players actually get far enough down into the levels to actually experience that stuff. Like either it's too hard and then they quit, or uh, they get lost in the tunnels before the later levels. But everyone enjoys like bashing other players in the face with a Zweihander, right? And especially with like procedurally generated weapons and stuff, and being able to customize weapons and armor and use those items to fight other players. That's like a recipe for success right there. Arena multiplayer confirmed. Well, it is confirmed, but we're not. It's not actually going to be in the game for a while. Like multiplayer has been planned for a very long time for this game. Yeah, even story mode multiplayer has been planned for the game. I'm not joking. Like multiplayer is actually going to come to the game eventually, but like Brandon is working on it, which is why he moved in with Maddock, uh, so they can actually get multiplayer up and running. But it's not going to be here for some time still. Like it's probably going to be sometime after the arena update. Uh, so there's no news of it until like 2 updates from now. That's how far away it is. But like the game is being designed around with multiplayer in mind already. So don't ignore my question. Arena MP. No, I wasn't joking. How much of the content is already developed for Exanima? Already developed for Exanima is ready to be released to the public. Well, stuff is never ready to be released to the public until it is ready to be released to the public. Like there's either ready or not ready, and at this moment, nothing is ready to be released to the public. What about the Proctor armor? What about the Proctor armor? It's not being released now, so it's not ready to be released to the public. Now I get what you're saying. I mean, like assets, like 3D stuff is pretty quick. Usually that stuff gets made very quickly and then put into game. Like the stuff that takes the longest time is the stuff that Maddock is working on right now, which is the lighting update. Like there's this one time, like right before the last update, Maddock was like, "Hey, Zeth, can you quickly make a leather bag for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I made the leather bag, and then it was textured and put into the game like this following day. All right. So like 3D stuff is really fast to make, and really fast to put in the game. But systems take the longest amount of time. Seth wants to remake the Proctor armor. I do, kinda. It could be better. I mean, if this is gonna be like the Proctor armor for like an SG as well, like imagine everyone wearing that armor. There's gonna be a lot of Proctors, right? So it's gotta be some pretty good armor. I don't want like my 3-4-year-old armor just walking around in the game. I want something good. Where's my proctologist armor? Proctologist armor is just like a latex glove. You guys know what the proctor is for, right? She was there to investigate the butthole. But this is kind of going into like the deep butthole lore that I can't talk about. So that's why there's a proctologist in Exanima. The deep state butthole lore. Custom cursor color set. Oh yeah, that's planned to be in the Exanima shop. We're gonna sell cursor palettes for like $5 per pop. We'll also sell you guys encumbrance, you know? Like you guys can buy like encumbrance by 10s, 50s, and 100s, just so you can like carry some more stuff around in your inventory. Gotta have that. Colored cod pieces. Yeah, you can go you can buy like a die pack that will allow you to color your cod piece. But the thing is the die pack expires So after like a few days, your codpiece will revert to its normal color. Darren dollars. Yes, I like that better than Darren coins. Darren dollars. All right, I think this pauldron is good. We'll work on the wing. Imagine if we actually had like really good codpiece customization. Uh, so you can get like piercings and studs and like all sorts of crazy contraptions on your codpiece. That's how customization should go, I think. Like if you're gonna do customization, do it right. Like a spike codpiece would actually help for, you know how in Arena there's sometimes NPCs that just like face hug you with a dagger? Well, if you have a spiked codpiece, they won't be able to do that. They just keep taking damage if they try to hug you. You know what Bare Metal should have offered for like insider rewards? Instead of just like t-shirts uh and like sweatshirts, sweaters, which are still coming. I know they I know like if you're an insider and like you still haven't gotten those rewards, I don't think. Um but I think it's being worked on. But yeah, you guys should have gotten like a cod piece instead of a t-shirt. Like a real life Exanima cod piece. Whenever you wear it, it does that, it makes that noise whenever like the bare metal logo boots up. And whenever you put it on, you get that They can stab bitches with it. Is the Google AI getting improved upon anytime soon? I don't think so. I mean, like AI and stuff like that is always continuously being improved on, but not at this moment. Right now, Maddock is busy doing material lighting work. And since the arena update is the update after, I don't think story mode is going to see anything for a while. Which is why I decided to work on a arena armor. I wanted to bring you guys something fresh that you guys will be able to see in the in 2022 when the next update releases. Well, I mean, it is true. We are back to the one update per year schedule, which is unfortunate. We'll have to see how long it takes for the arena update to arrive. I should think it would take less time than the lighting and materials work, because the big thing that we have to do for the arena update is like lore, world building, lore, uh, all that stuff. But yeah, I don't think I can talk too much about it. And also like game modes, I guess, because there are going to be tournaments. There's going to be more arena tournaments, more games that can play, game modes. So that might take a bit of programming, but probably not too much actually, compared to lighting and materials work. I'm super excited for Arena too. I'm actually more excited for the Arena update than the. Well, actually, that is kind of a toss-up. On one hand, I'm excited for Arena update because that means more content, but also like I'm super excited for the GI update because Exanima really does need like a lighting overhaul. Just like the new materials too, just like so much eye candy. The game's gonna look amazing. As long as the game gets more violent with each update, you're happy. Nice. Wait, Steam's telling you Exanima is getting updated? I don't know about that. Is ranged combat coming anytime soon? No. Ranged combat, by the sound of things, ranged combat is going to be kind of like the ugly duckling of Exanima updates. I would personally like to see really good ranged combat in the game, but yeah, it's just not something that is really on the table at the moment. I would love to model some of those late 16th century crossbows There's arquebuses. No, wait, arquebus is a early rifle, not a. I was thinking about something else. Not arquebus. Anyway, they had some really, really elaborate crossbows. Not blunderbuss. Yeah, arbalest. That's right. Not arquebus. It's an arbalest. That is precisely what I meant. Just save it again. All right, so it's been 2 hours. I'm gonna take a short break here, get up and stretch a bit, and then we'll be back for another 1.5 hours, it seems. So yeah, quick 5-minute break. We'll be back here at 2:29 a.m. for me. BRB. Alright guys, I'm back. Stone drunk. That was a nice hit of weed. Nice pint of cocaine. Hold on, gotta pick some better music. Alright. Alright, here I am. Oh, what? Corleone's helmet? Way. I actually kind of forgot who Corleone is. Corleone? Played the game in a while. So sad. The developer is forgetting the main character names. Well, they have unique faces. Just Darren. That's all you need. But real answer, yeah, I do want to see like unique faces, or at least like a. I'm sure Medic will come up with some sort of procedurally generated face system, so that NPCs have randomized faces instead of just Darren all the time. Zephyr as 3D artist for Exanima is only 90% sure it's a game. Well, I mean, it could be a scam too, right? I mean, everyone keeps saying that the game is a scam. Like, the more people say these things, the more I am gaslighted into believing that is the truth, you know? So who knows? 90% game, 10% scam? Wacky tech demo? Maybe it's vaporware. You never know. It could be vaporware as well. Do you even vape, bro? Cinema is a huge MLM. What is a MLM? I do not know. I heard that term before. The virus that steals your time. Pyramid scheme. If Exanima was a pyramid scheme, it would be like, hey, if you tell your friends about Exanima, we will give you uh like those friends would have to pay to play Exanima, but then they will have the ability to buy one rivet of Zeth's armor uh, and redistribute it. And then they can tell their friends about this amazing opportunity. As long as everyone keeps paying it forward, everyone will make money, get super rich. Then we'll be able to. Everyone will be able to afford all of the black and gold uh, cod pieces they've ever wanted. And wear it happily ever after. We should really design some merch that looks like cultist robes. Like we really need that. Otherwise, how can Exanima be fans be called a cult if they aren't even wearing like a robe and hood? You know? I would wear one. Like I would wear like a robe and cloak everywhere that had like bare metal on it. That'd be dope. You want a functional NV helmet? What's NV? Night vision, huh? I was thinking New Vegas. You want a functional New Vegas helmet? So we were talking about Fallout New Vegas earlier. Hey, what games do you guys play these days? Like, I was actually talking with the rest of the devs, and we're all really having a hard time. Uh, we're really all having a hard time finding games that are actually worth playing these days. It's actually gotten to a point where it's kind of depressing where we can't find any good games to play. Noida, Spelunky. Like, right now there isn't any open world, uh, basically like good RPG. Like imagine Skyrim but 1,000 times better. There's nothing like that out on the market. It's kind of weird. Like Maddock can't find anything. Methane, I know he's searching too. I'm kind of looking for something different than Cyberpunk because it's been nothing but Cyberpunk work and streaming for the past month. I mean, I thought maybe Hades, but I don't know. I mean, Hades, uh, I guess it could be fun, but I don't know. Something about it feels very two-dimensional. I don't know why I get this feeling. It just doesn't seem appealing. Maybe it's the saying where if everything smells like dog shit, then you've probably got poop on your shoes, right? So if you can't find a good game, then maybe like you're the one who can't find a good game, and it's just like your problem. But somehow I feel like that might not be true. I don't know. Maybe it is true that all of us devs have dog shit on our feet. I know you want the update, Banana Born. You come into my streams and say update all the time. I know. That's a lowbrow theory. I'm sorry it's not highbrow enough for you. But I mean, it is a theory nonetheless. Is it really just that the game industry kind of sucks? Uh, or is it just like the older you get, the less tolerance you have for bad games? I don't know. Just don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. Nah, AA is complete ass right now. I wonder what they did differently. I wonder what changed from like the 90s, from the late 80s to like 2010 or so. What happened after 2010 to where like of the AAA companies, like there's, I don't know, is it just like negative press? Is it because like people make a living off of posting negative stuff about AAA companies now, or like do they actually all suck? Or I have no idea. Like even though I've lived through the time period, I'm still not sure of why there isn't any games that I enjoy playing anymore. It's weird. Games are just made for money now. Yeah, I guess that's a big contributing factor. Oh, that is a good comparison. AAA companies aren't any different than Hollywood. I kind of understand that now. Like it's profitable to play it safe, right? That's kind of like the entire shtick about Hollywood. Play it safe, do what you know works. I don't know, but even still, like, why is the quality bad then? Like these come out with half-baked games all the time. That can't be like a secret to success, can it? Like no way is that good. Not even Hollywood. Hollywood does that. Hollywood doesn't come out with garbage and then be like, "Yep, that made money." Well, maybe they do. Who knows? Like I heard a lot of negative reception around the latest Wonder Woman movie. Uh, like, do you think they planned for that? Do these people think that they made money off of it? And did they? You know? I don't think they actually believe like negative press and like failure is a recipe for making money. I don't think that's the case. Got to be something else. Like the first step to solving a problem is understanding it and talking about it. And it would be nice to solve this problem. Why is this thing so low poly compared? I think I needed to subdivide this stuff again. Let me go check. No, it's good. It's just that I'm getting too fine with the details. I have to make larger strokes here. Most make movies, video games aren't bad, they're just painfully average. The industry rushes different things. Hollywood rushes the writing process, AA rushes the polishing process, which is worse for the industry because people will continue using it and doom. Yeah, I don't know why they just come out with like this stuff. It's weird. It's weird for an industry that is considered to be like a passion project kind of industry. Like you don't get into the video games industry because of money. Uh, at least not that I'm aware of. Like people usually think it's like machoism for a software developer to get into game developing because they can make so much more money elsewhere with their kind of skills. Like people are like, oh yeah, why are you getting into video game developing? Isn't it just like crunch, hard work all day and uh yeah. I just don't understand. Like from an industry with so many intelligent and creative people, like so much bad stuff comes out year after year. Doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, like, yeah, like I said before in this stream, uh, the disparity between the stuff you see on ArtStation and the stuff that comes out in video games is pretty big. You see a whole bunch of really cool art on ArtStation. You're like, why don't I see this in video games? You know? Like why how does this artwork, this method of communication, somewhere in the process it is lost through translation into the game media. And it's gotten so bad that like we have a hard time finding games to play. No money. Didn't you hear about Raid Shadow Legends yet? Okay, yeah. So there's a lot of money in the game industry. Uh, but it's all like mobile games. Like who plays that shit? Like I download a mobile game. Okay, so maybe this is probably an instance of if everything smells like if everywhere you go smells like dog shit, you have dog shit on your feet, on your shoes. So yeah, like whenever I download a mobile game, I just like I play it for like an hour if it's like interesting, and then I put down my phone, and then I never play the game again. Maybe I'm just not like a phone person. I don't. Maybe I'm more of like a PC guy. Just like sit at my desk all the time. So maybe that might be why. Like other people, I get probably don't really have desk jobs. I guess they're usually like commuting or they have other jobs where they're not at a gaming PC 24/7. So that's probably why. Because the public eats it, simple as that. Oh God. I think I need to subdivide this again. Oh, it looks pretty low res now. Subdivide this. We broke 40 viewers. That's famous. Damn! 40 viewers. That's definitely a world record right there. Welcome everyone. Wow, there's a lot of comments now. I can't really keep up. Maybe people don't have much power. Micro connection. I guess there's just like a lot of. I think the answer is that there's a lot of. It's not just like a one problem. It's like a problem that has multiple problems. That's gotta be it. Also, maybe it's because of uh, how hard it is to find new games. I think that might be why. Like I never heard about Exanima before I got an email from Maddox saying that he wants to hire me. So there's that. Like I used to be a World of Warcraft player. I just play World of Warcraft all the time. Until I like play indie games too, like Terraria, Minecraft, all those stuff, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was like a big World of Warcraft player, and I just like play Steam games, right? Uh, like after Steam kind of took over everything, I just like go to Steam because it's just so convenient to go to Steam, like one place where a bunch of games are listed and they're curated. They have like a voting system to make sure that you're not buying something, you're not buying a lemon. Uh, but that might also have its downsides in that you can't really, it might be harder to find certain games. I don't know. I agree with you that mobile games suck. Yeah, like I find myself so often like when I'm taking a really long shit or something, I bring my phone in and I'm like looking at the app store, right? And I just like keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Does that look interesting? Nah, it doesn't look interesting. Does that one look interesting? Well, it looks kind of like the same as before, just with a different theme. It's like the same game that I saw. Okay, how about this? How about this game? Uh, like, nah, this game is like no, I don't like the art style. Looks like it looks like the last game. But yeah, I just like keep scrolling in the app store. I never really download anything. I look at the reviews, I look at the photos, nothing catches my eye. Maybe I'm just yeah, maybe I'm just old. Welcome back, Madari. We are discussing why it's so hard to find good games these days, and how everything that we look at seems to be garbage. 35 viewers. I guess the secret to success is just ranting about the games industry. I can see how people can make a living off of this. maybe I should go maybe I should go like full-time retard on ranting on the games industry and not actually making stuff. That's how you get the big bucks. uh, Here to have obnoxious thumbnail. That's another thing. I don't really see like so in the early days of World of Warcraft, right? There's all these really famous World of Warcraft PvPers, and they'd be doing all these really epic PvP moves. Maybe it's just like the YouTube algorithm, but I don't really get recommended these videos anymore. Uh, or maybe it's just because they don't make them anymore because uh, they don't really have good music to set them to. Yeah, I kind of miss those. Like machinimas too. The World of Warcraft machinima community was big. Might still be, might still be too. But yeah, I just haven't checked in the World of Warcraft very long. That's do not reflect that of bare metal team. Yeah. Yep. Maddox would be like in the stream and be like, "Oh yeah, Zeth talking about taking a shit again. Yeah, fired." Ah. can't can't use let the bodies hit the floor anymore. Yeah, exactly. Remember that? uh, all these edgy songs. Yeah, if you guys are tired of listening to me talking about how the game industry sucks and is dying and how I can't find any good games, go check out Conrax's stream. He'll be less of a ranty turd. God, we really need more Exanima content. I feel bad because I know there's a lot of content creators who would love to stream this game, who would like to like make a living perhaps off of this game, but like the content just can't keep up. There just isn't enough stuff in the game, and we can't output the level of content for content creators to take that and run with it and create something worth watching. So that, yeah, I feel bad about that, but who knows? Maybe in the future we'll have more stuff and be able to continuously produce more stuff. Like uh, I know Clean would love to probably stream this game more often, like do more content related to it, but we just don't have anything. We don't have anything yet. Well, not anything new. Then there's like Odin too, right? I know he used to like do the game 24/7, but I think he's like doing variety stuff now. I know there's definitely a demand for content creators to promote this game and stuff, but there just needs to be something to promote. And I think that's where multiplayer would definitely come in. Like with multiplayer, uh, like streamers would actually have a chance at streaming the game full time. I think that's one of the key elements. Odin is like getting tired of existing. I know he seems so sad in his videos. Yeah, if you watch like the very first video and then you like binge watch his videos, it's like a descent into madness. I feel for the guy, I really do. Oh god. And yeah, I don't blame him. He, like the game can be super frustrating at times. Uh, like you really have to put in 110% of your effort and concentration to not die in Exanima. Like even if you're like top dog, you know everything. If you stop paying attention for just a little bit and just like slip up, well then that sword is gonna go straight in your cranium and you're gonna lose like a good chunk of your health. And especially in like story mode where potions are so few and far in between, it's pretty difficult. Not gonna lie. Nah, you can just run like a madman. Yeah, but then like it's kind of like losing the spirit of things. I think I asked Maddock about whether or not we should have more traps in the game, like, and I guess that could be like one of the good functions of additional traps, just so people don't like sprint through the corridors and grab the Golem President armor or something, and then just speed run with that. Because I know that's a strat. One of the strategies, just like speed run to Golem President, grab the armor, and now you have like 100% armor. Literally, first 3 levels are just a speed run to the portal. Well, I mean, there is like the catacombs now. Like Maddock added that. There's a few interesting things to pick up, but they don't really have any use right now. They're just interesting. You can possess a Skelly from the Golem level and go into the Golem present room? No way, really? Is that like an actual strat? That's awesome. I didn't know that. I really gotta, when I'm doing the stream, I want to do that. I love exploits like that. I mean, that's not really an exploit. That's just like being really clever. But I like doing things that weren't really intended by the developers. I don't know if Maddock actually thought that was going to be something that had happened. I should introduce the team to Star Sector, almost 1.0. I'll have to look that up. There's a lot of stuff that. Okay, so Star Sector. What was the other one I was gonna do? I forgot. There's like something that someone recommended I look up or check out. But then shit, I forgot. Noita? No, I know about Noita. I feel like Noita would be one of those games that'd be amazing player game. I don't know. I have Terraria. I don't know. I like the permanence of Terraria, where like you build a home, it's your home forever. You just jump into that game and now you have like a home. Pillars, yeah, I thought about Pillars, too much exposition, too much dialogue you have to scroll through. Um, Not enough gameplay. Also, I kind of wish Pillars was in 3D, not like I get that they really want to respect the CRPG aesthetics, but I feel like that's kind of it's not really my jam. Maybe I'm just like too young for the CRPG scene. So I don't really have the nostalgia factor. It doesn't really influence me as much as like 3D does. Yeah, I started with Classic. I started in 2004. But yeah, I deleted my account. I deleted my Battle.net account because uh, yeah, I did not like where the direction the company is going. Pillars will be a 3D, Avowed, remember? Ah. I haven't really kept up with Obsidian Studios, right? Obsidian Studios is the one that made Pillars. No, wait, or BioWare. Shit. I think it's BioWare. No, wait, okay, Obsidian, yeah, okay. Yeah, Blizzard isn't the same company as back in uh, the Diablo 2, World of Warcraft, Vanilla, and Warcraft days. It's not. It's not the same company. The people are different. And the people are all that matters in a company. Like imagine if Maddock left the team and then I don't know, like some random developer came in. Like it would be a completely different company. It wouldn't be bare metal anymore at all. Like bare metal is Maddock and vice versa. Which is really unfortunate because I loved Vanilla World of Warcraft. And I know that they have Vanilla World of Warcraft servers up, but I can't go back to that world knowing that it's just not the same company anymore with um I don't know, it's just It's just not fun to go back to that world anymore. Like there's no soul in the world anymore. It's just a 3D place. And it sucks because I still like play like World of Warcraft music and stuff. Uh, I still listen to that stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, remember the days when you just like start up your night elf hunter, just like roam the forests of Teldrassil. Well, Teldrassil is gone. Yeah, doesn't exist anymore. It's like blown up or something. They have this habit. The new Blizzard has this habit of just blowing up the old stuff and like putting in new stuff that no one cares about. I haven't seen like self-sabotage on such a grand scale than that of Blizzard. I've never seen a company kick itself in the balls so much more than I have seen Blizzard do it. I mean, like the first few times you're like, "Whoa, dude, are you okay?" And then like the next 50 times you're like, "Okay, I'm just gonna walk away a bit awkwardly. I'm sorry, but you need help." They didn't screw up StarCraft New Remaster. I like StarCraft, but I wouldn't really call myself like a StarCraft fan. I love the aesthetics of it though. I guess I'm just not really much of an RTS guy. I do like I do have good memories of playing uh the StarCraft the original StarCraft series campaigns. Those are the best. So good. I can still remember like all the really cool character names like Zeratul, Tassadar, basically all of the Protoss, because the Protoss were badass. Everyone else could suck it. Humans are lame, Zerg were lame, Protoss are where it's at. Do you want to get into Albion online or I mean like Eve Online? I tried out both. I guess it depends on if you like them. I think they're both games I can sink a lot of time into, but I don't know. They don't really click with me. I mean, they might click with you. You might think they're really good games, but I mean, I can see the appeal of them, but they just aren't really my type of game. You don't want to get into MMO. That's the first rule. I don't think there's really any MMO out there that's actually any good uh, these days. Like all the experience of them is just all so vapid, and just it feels like you're just doing busy work. Like it feels like you're just doing like homework or something. I remember like when I was back in school, I'd always complain, "Hey, how come I'm doing homework when I could be doing like real work, you know? Like why do homework when I can do work and get paid for it and also learn at the same time?" Uh, that was kind of like one of my greatest questions. And yeah, it really feels like you're just doing homework or busy work playing an MMO these days. Like it could just be like nostalgia talking, but I remember playing vanilla World of Warcraft and I don't know, everything just felt so real back then. Like you'd be walking through the shores of Darkshire or just like walking through the plains of the Barrens and I don't know, you'd feed your Planestrider pet an apple and you'd see like the mood increase and be like, oh yeah, I just fed my pet. What a nice pet. And then he's like happy now and stuff like that. And like the artwork in that game, so good. Just like, the apple is nice and crispy and juicy, and everything felt really real. And just like stuff mattered. There's like a soul and a heart to the game. And you like run into other players, right? Uh, this is before they sharded their servers. So you just like run into random people instead of running into the same people on your server over and over again. So you'd run into like the same people. You'd be like LFG, I don't know, Wailing Caverns or something. I know Wailing Caverns isn't exactly vanilla. They added that in a bit later. But yeah, LFG Wailing Caverns or LFG Dead Mines or something like that. And you'd run into people, and then they'd be like the same level as you. Uh, you do that dungeon, and then you wouldn't really see each other for a while, or maybe you would. You'd like go and make friends with them, and then you'd be like, "So where are you leveling next?" Uh, they'd be like, "Yeah, I'm going over to Darkshore or something." I mean Darkshire. Yeah, it was like a real social thing. Um, yeah, and then you'd meet up there actually, or maybe you wouldn't meet up there, but you'd see that person again leveling in Darkshire, and then you'd be at that same level too, and you'd also level up alongside with them and be like, "Oh yeah, what quest are you on? Like, uh, how many more how many more undead wolves do you have to kill? How many more spiders do you have to kill? How much uh, how much feathers do you have to pick up to complete this quest?" And then you like group up and then just help each other out. But now, like, you just kind of like run into random people. It's like the Cyberpunk 2077 people 77 thing where you see all these cars that are like zipping by, and then you like turn your screen and they're like completely different cars or they just don't exist anymore. It's exactly like that. That's what happens. That's what MMOs are like these days. And no one talks in like general chat anymore. And if they do, they're just like weirdos. They're just like weird fucks who just I don't know, just talk about the most stupid shit ever. Maybe that was us when we were young. Maybe it's a age thing. Maybe we were the ones talking about like stupid shit. Honestly, we probably were. I think we were. And maybe it's probably just like an age thing because yeah, like I definitely don't remember myself being that stupid. But yeah, people just talk about the most random stuff. We had Baron's chat. I think we were. I think I gotta say we didn't talk as stupidly as kids do these days. We had Baron's chat, uh, and we were proud of that. Ogrimmar is just politics 24/7. No, Ogrimmar is always under attack. Ogrimmar is under attack. Ogrimmar is under attack. Ogrimmar is being butt fucked by the Alliance. It was the same with Stormwind. Stormwind is always under attack too. But no one attacked Teldrassil because no one wanted to fly all the way to Teldrassil just to attack the tree where just like a couple of lobies were leveling up. Yeah, I remember that. Like, there's so much controversy over like Sylvanas being the leader of the Horde. I never liked that storyline arc either. I felt like Sylvanas should have had like a redemption arc and then rejoined the Alliance. I feel like she should have had some character growth there. Like Sylvanas is kind of like a wasted opportunity. That being said, like all of World of Warcraft is a wasted opportunity. Yeah, I really feel like Sylvanas should have gotten a redemption arc. Just yeah. Like after the Lich King died, Arthas the Lich King, he should have she should have like tried to do like some soul searching and try to return to who she used to be, or at least try to rejoin the alliance with the Forsaken. What's with petitions these days? Is it like on change.org? I feel like, okay, how about this? I'll redesign the splint armor, but we don't have to replace it, and then you guys vote on whether or not to keep the old split armor uh or change into the new split armor. Or maybe I should just like make 2 copies. I should just make more split armor so you guys have more choices. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. All right, I think I'm done tinkering around with this. We've spent enough time on that already, but I mean, it is looking really good. Very nice. Like you can't get this with just an alpha. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have any soul to it if you just use an alpha. Gotta do it by hand. Forsaken is like my main class. Well, was because I don't play World of Warcraft anymore. But yeah, I used to just play Death Knight Forsaken. There's this time, right, where Blood Death Knights were so powerful, and they still are, to my knowledge. But I was like soloing 10 Alliance. Uh, I was just like soloing them in World PvP. Like my health regen was so insane. And I was like death gripping everyone and chopping them into pieces. Oh god, I felt like a raid boss. It was awesome. The power, man, the power. Oh yeah, my cock was so big. You guys would never understand how it feels to have a massive cock like mine. This armor looks like jousting armor. Uh, it could be. Not really though. It has like all these. It's not really. I wouldn't really call this jousting armor. Like if you see jousting armor, I have some reference images. But basically the metal plates are quite thick. Like you and like the helmet, see everything is just so much more beefy. The armor is just kind of nuts, a bit over the top. I mean, you don't have to have a frogmouth helm for jousting armor. Like you can use closed helms and stuff like that too. Frogmouths or the Stechelm, I believe it was called, is like a German invention. So I guess it was more common in Germany. So if you're like an English jousting knight, you'd probably use a different kind of helmet, unless like you bought a Stechhelm, had it imported to from Germany, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it, like when I went to the Germanisches Nationalmuseum in Nuremberg, there is a lot of Stechhelms there. But when I went to the Royal Armories in Leeds, I couldn't really see any Stechhelms there. There weren't any. They didn't have any Stechhelms in the Royal Armories. At least I can't remember seeing any. Maybe there was one or two there. I'll have to go back to look at my references, but I don't remember taking a photo of a Stechhelm in the Royal Armories. Oh wait, yeah, I did see one in the Royal Armories. Of course there was. Uh, I saw some really cool jousting armor there too. If you guys go to Imager Zethros, you'll see a bunch of museum references, and I definitely took a few photos of jousting equipment at the Royal Armories. A lot of people seem to like the T-shaped barbute. Uh, like the design was based off of hoplite helmets, right? Centurion, basically like Greek helmets. And I really love I don't know what the name for the helmet is. I really like the hoplite armor, the Centurion helmet. Gotta make a legit barbute. I haven't made a legit barbute yet. Wait, have I not? Maybe I might have like brought it up and like maybe Maddox said it was like too European or maybe too I don't know. Or maybe I just haven't made a barbute. If I haven't, I should because it's a pretty classic medieval design. There's a couple in game, but I don't know. Oh yeah. Well, the stuff in like story mode, it's not supposed to be very accurate to medieval armor. It's supposed to have something a bit different to actual medieval armor. So that might be why. But we don't have like a barbute for like a arena. Like I've made so much armor over the years, I kind of lost track as to what I've made. Isn't the underworld guard a kind of barbute? You really like Salet, Bananaborn? I think someone asked for like a Salet without the Bevor. I brought that up, but yeah, I think that's going to be like one of those polished things that one of those small features that we hold off until uh, I don't know, enough demand arises for it. Just not really something that we're doing ATM. Yeah, I don't know if I actually made any Barbie. It's hard to remember. Like I think I made one or two story mode Barbutes. I don't know if I made any arena Barbutes. Three to zero vote. It sounds like you just have like a small group of friends that really like the old the old Lamela armor. Anyway, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So uh, don't worry about having the Lamlar armor changed or removed. Like I brought up redoing some of the older armors that I've made, but Maddox said that they're still really good, and that isn't necessary. Even though I feel uh, different about that. They still look good, but they could look gooder. That's the thing. They could always look gooder. I would say that the armor I made is fairly practical, but I wouldn't say that it's in the 0.1% of top fantasy armor. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm obviously flattered, but I think that's kind of a stretch to say it's in the top 0.1% of fantasy armors. Like this, the armor I'm making now might qualify for that, but the armor that I made, I don't know about that. This suit of armor that I'm making now might qualify for like the top 1% for sure. But like my past work, I don't know, it could be better. Like everything's very practical, and I think the reason why that is because well, Maddock wants like very practical looking suits of armor, and then like maybe the feedback that he gives me, like everything is very simple and practical, and you don't really have anything that is simple and practical, but also very beautiful and elaborate, which is uh, something I'm good at, and maybe I should have pressed the fact that I can make these armors. Maybe I should have put some more emphasis into that, um, just to like let them know what I am capable of. Sometimes simplicity can be beautiful. I agree, yeah. But like when everything is simple, then I don't know. I like the elaborate stuff. I like Baroque stuff. I know it's not really to everyone's tastes, but I love the Baroque style. Like the hound skull that I made, I think that was really good. The hound skull for the tourney armor, I have that on one of my tournament characters, and it looks really cool. I just like mix and match it with some other plate armors. Really does look good. We aren't getting rid of the old Lamellar. You don't have to take a vote to keep it in the game. I'm not actually saying that we're gonna remove anything or change anything. I'm just saying that I could make better armor now if called upon. I mean that was like what? That had to be like 4 years ago. A long time. Ooh. I hope after this update, Maddock gonna go brrr. Yeah, I hope so too. The game really needs updates that are closer together than spaced a year apart. Thanks, captivating capybara. I do like the helmet. I think I'm still too poor to buy an armament in that game though. The arena. I haven't done a whole lot of arena, really. I would like to get myself an armament. And I don't have greaves yet. I don't have like any plate greaves. I just have chain covering the area. You guys definitely do play the game a lot more than I do. You vote to keep the once a year update. Keeps the salt plentiful. Ah, yes, the spice must flow. Oh, like the Greenwich armor. I think I know the one that you're talking about. Like Medoc really like that the armament, the Greenwich style. Or Greenwich. Maybe it's called Greenwich or Greenwich. Oh. Oof. Nearly there. Save this again. Greenwich. Ah, yeah, that sounds familiar. Greenwich armor. Save the clip so you keep your promise. Wait, of what? What did I promise? I kind of forgot. I'm getting a bit sleepy and I'm probably gonna end this stream in like 9 minutes or so. What was happening? Splint was going to be changed? No, I never said Splint was going to be changed. I'm just saying if I am called upon to make better armor, I could do it, and I would do it. The Discord took a vote on whether to redesign Splint. I'm not looking at the Discord right now. It's all fake news. Fake news, I tell you. New Splint armor, fake news. You guys are stuck with the old Splint armor whether you like it or not. I'm not really talking as much, I'm getting a bit sleepy. Oof, like the older you get, like you know when it's your bedtime. Before I'd like just pull 22-hour days. It's like play Minecraft or learn 3D, one or the other. Man, I can't believe I used to play Minecraft for so long. What was I doing with my life? Jesus. I'd like play Minecraft and like learn ZBrush all at the same time. Wait till I'm 30. 30's only 3 years away. Only 3 birthdays away. I think I know where this is going. Try 35 with 2 kids. Oh my god. Like how do you guys cope with that? I don't think I can. I have too much to do. Like I have like too much artwork to do. Much stuff on my plate already. You love it. You just squeeze in the digital violence where you can. You started a party right now. You're just power leveling them. Oh, so you're like the helpful old veteran that takes new players through the game, gives them the ropes. That is commendable. Good on ya. I still remember when like people in World of Warcraft gave me like free bags because I remember like bags were quite expensive. Uh, like extra inventory spaces. Like the more slots you wanted, the exponentially more expensive it got. So yeah, be sure to give your kids bags. Hand them a few grocery bags. Extra inventory space. There we go. All right, guys, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's 4 a.m. here. I'm getting tired. I'll finish up this area tomorrow. See how far we can get then. This time I'm saving it now. You guys don't have to remind me to save it. I am saving it right now. I've remembered. Stay for the love of Lord. Alright, it's saved. File saved to desk successfully. You can see up here. It says that. Top right corner. Alright, guys. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Thanks everyone for coming. Save, save, save. How come I'm getting more comments when I see the browser? What's going on? Weird. Anyway, laters.